Hello everyone, welcome to another live show of the Fan Stands with Mohsin and Ahmed. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, Mohsin. How are you doing?
I'm good. Well, guys, pardon me. Don't mind the bad hair day. I think we're both having a bad hair day. I don't know. It's probably the weather or something. But and we're also tired. I think both of us have come late to our respective homes from work. So, Ahmed, it's been a very busy day. But thank God you're enthusiastic enough to take time out for football, mate.
Yeah, always. I think whenever it's football discussion, I'm feeling much more energetic, and we had quite some good fixtures in this week. So I really like to discuss them and tell them what happened this week.
Okay, well, so we'll start. We'll try to energize ourselves as well. We might look tired on the face of it, but we'll try to pick up the pace because Ahmed. I'll start with this. I'm going in no particular order, but
Yeah.
what a performance! Just when you thought Liverpool might struggle this season, Liverpool answers critics and silences everyone with 7 goals against Palace. I mean, Palace isn't that bad.
Yes. First of all, I'd like to welcome all our friends from around the world, from Pakistan, Australia, and all over the world. Happy holidays, everyone. So yeah, I think this is the kind of performance Jurgen Klopp was desiring from Liverpool, and this is the kind of performance we expect from Liverpool. But due to several injuries to their key players, we haven't seen this kind of a performance. They might seem edging past these kind of opponents, but yes, I think this game was one of those games which Klopp and Liverpool really needed to gain that confidence and get that momentum on their opponents as well. I think, yeah, if you see the lineup, Mohsin, I think Minamino get a start ahead of
Hmm.
Salah, which I think might fuel a few rumors about him. We will discuss that as well. So yeah, I think Diego Jota was also injured, so Minamino was given the task of playing at the left hand side. And yes, at the 3 minute mark, he scored his debutant goal, which I think was year in which was year in coming.
Hmm.
So yeah, after an year, he scored.
Exactly 1 year from his joining.
Yeah, for yeah, 1 year from his joining. So yeah, it took him 1 year to score that, and he was quite happy. And after that, I think Palace had couple of chances because I think you can see that both Fabinho and Matip had a little bit of lackluster defensive performances. But yeah, I think Ayu and Wilfred Zaha didn't capitalize that. But who capitalized that, Mohsin? I think it was Sadio Mane who just scored before the 30-minute mark and gave the Liverpool 2-0 lead. And before the halftime, he scored one. Firmino scored. I think, yeah, I think he gained back his scoring feat for Roberto Firmino, and I'm very happy for him. And he made it 3-0. And I think Liverpool was quite comfortable from their lead. And I think, and most of us would think that they might be. I think Klopp might take a couple of players, uh, substitute players, and just give this game a rest. He might not. We not get to see that high pressing or high heavy metal game. But my
Hmm.
God, I think in second half they just blew Crystal Palace away. Like Jordan
They,
Henderson
they,
scored.
they were there on a
Then
mission. Everyone scored. I
yeah,
mean, all the top
eh,
players, and I mean, Firmino
yeah,
scored. I mean, 2 goals.
2 goals, 1 assist he scored. Then Jordan Henderson scored. We also get to see Salah making I think second. He also was subbed in and he scored a brace and a assist as well.
Yeah,
Also get to see Oxlade-Chamberlain coming after an injury, and he also has provided an assist to Salah. So yeah, overall I think it was a very good performance for Liverpool, and I think all of the Liverpool fans and Jurgen Klopp and players will be quite some happy. I would say commiserations to Roy Hodgson. I think he didn't expect this kind of a heavy beating.
hmm. Well, and now Liverpool plays West Brom in the next game week at home. So easy win for Liverpool. Dare I say it? Because
Well,
anything is
I
possible.
Yeah, well, I think they just got a 7 day rest, so we might get to see quite some players returning as well. We might get to see Thiago after a very long time. He might also come, and also a couple of other injury players might come. And so I think, yeah, I think if you see this on the paper, I think West Brom have a couple of good games where they drew matches, and they had a very narrow losses. But
Hmm.
this Liverpool is on the roll right now. They won against Spurs, a title challenging Spurs, and then they just rolled past Crystal Palace. I
But
expect to they
but I
win
mean,
easily.
but Big Sam is back. He's at West Brom. He did lose his first game, but do you think his long balls and defensive tactics can somehow frustrate Liverpool at least for a draw, if not a win?
Yeah, it can because like I said, Mohsin, if you see that Fulham versus Liverpool game, I think
Hmm.
Fulham really played out of the park. I think Liverpool were very lucky to get a point from that. So yeah, we might see a very rigid defensively and long balls football from Sam Allardyce that might
Hmm.
frustrate Klopp, but I think Klopp knows how to handle this team, and we might see a good easy win for him.
Okay, so well, talking about frustration, it's been that sort of season for Manchester United. But Ahmed, I think this was not expected. I mean, maybe you might have thought United may win because the Leeds are fairly new to the Premier League after 16 years, but you do not expect United to, hit the ground running and scoring six past Leeds United.
Definitely not. Not when they scored 4 goals in 30 minutes. Definitely,
Mm,
I didn't imagine him because I think main critics of Manchester United has been that their attack hasn't been clicking too much. I think they've been struggling with Anthony Martial also, with Rashford being the main channel they're scoring. So yeah, but yeah, this game I think they just blew Leeds United away. Leeds United, even though they are familiar, they are very new to Premier League. I think they came after more than 20 years, so they are not known for their defensive gameplay. They play high, the very high line football, very pressing football, just like how Klopp plays. A bit
mm.
less rigid than how Klopp plays. But yeah, I think United just utilized their game perfectly, and McTominay just scored a brace in 3 minutes, and yeah,
Wonderful.
and then
He's
so
not a
he
not a goal scorer. I hope Diane's watching. He'd be. I
yeah
can't use the words here right now, but he'd be throwing. He'd be cracking firecrackers,
Yeah,
for
really, I
McTominay.
think it was quite like all at they did concede couple of goals. I think, but the first half, I think United just blew the Leeds United away. The Leeds United, I think they were shambolic in defense in this match. Even though I know they are not known for their defensive qualities, but I think they you might expect something from them that they
And
might defend. But
and, and Bielsa after the match, he said he's not going to change the way he plays. The Leeds are going to play the way they've
yeah,
always played to
look
be.
like like definitely, Mohsin. You can't just change your formation when you played around for 12 to 13 matches with this team. I think
Mhm.
they're a mixed bag. Like against top six and top eight, they don't have a bad record. Yeah, they lost against Liverpool and lost against Manchester United, but they were that the new promoted team which
Hmm.
many people were expecting that might not get the ground running. But
Hmm.
overall, they have been playing quite good. People quite enjoy Bielsa Bowl or Leeds United. But
Of
I
course,
think all,
of course. My friends who don't watch the Premier League, they watch Leeds United because of Bielsa, because he's been there in Serie A and La
yeah,
Liga. They watch it. Ahmed, I'm sorry. I want to get this question out of the way. Can you answer this very quickly? I asked you this, but Mohammed Chima also wants to confirm that can long ball in a high back line trouble Liverpool?
might be, but I think Klopp might know how to handle it easily. The only thing that might trouble Liverpool right now is how to play counter-attacking, how to stop that counter-attacking football, just like Spurs
Hmm.
and Leicester plays.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I think their defense is good enough to control the long balls, and I think Fabinho and Matip, they're quite tall enough to control that long ball enough. So anything can happen. Football is a game of chance and luck, but you have to go with the stats, and stats says that Liverpool is favored to win.
Okay, so Ahmed, the Manchester United plays Leicester opening game of the weekend on Saturday, and Leicester is coming off with an amazing 2-0 win against Mourinho Spurs. So, quickly about that game at White Hart Lane. I mean, what went wrong for Tottenham, and how do you see Manchester United versus Leicester on Saturday?
Well, it was a very good match for me. It was a kind of a match you expect that which team will counter attack whom, because I think both teams would like to control the ball and just beat the opponent on the counter attack. Mourinho, I think, have been very defensive about his approach. Like he likes
Mhm.
to just don't have the possession in the ball, and whenever he gets the ball, he just like to give it to the wingers and Son and Kane and just through balls and just get it on. But I
Mhm.
think Brandon Rodgers just outsmarted Mourinho in that regard, that he just didn't give him enough ball. He just kept the possession, and whenever he gets the ball, I think he just they just counter it as well. But I
Mhm.
think in this I think defensively Leicester were good. But in Mourinho's Spurs were not good defensively in this match because Sergio Aurier just gave away the very lazy penalty, and
That's
I
sorry.
think that
That's sorry for you.
yeah, Aurier, he has couple of good matches. Then after that, one or two matches where he really defensively is not good enough. So yeah, after that penalty, I think it put quite some pressure on Spurs. Like they have to then go for playing a bit more attacking, which I think
Mhm.
they're not used to under Mourinho. But
Mhm.
yeah, which gave Leicester to play their counter attack quite easily. So yeah, even
Mhm.
though they had quite couple of chances, but the only goal they can come through was through a hand with an own goal from Alderweireld. And yes, I think James Madison also scored a very brilliant goal, but it was given an offside because his
Brilliant.
uh,
He's in form. He's finding that form he had at the start of last season.
yeah, he's finding that form, really good form, but he was given offside because his armpit was a bit higher than the last defender. Oh my God, it was
Mhm.
ridiculous. So yeah, I think a couple of bad runs for Mourinho. I think Spurs might. I think they're not definitely not out of the title race, but I think they might looming around in the top four for I think around Christmas time for now.
So, Ahmed, United versus Leicester, your predictions, and how come Leicester have been so good? I mean, for me, the pick of the signing, I mean, it's Castagna. He's
Yeah.
been wonderful.
Definitely, Cristani. I think he, when he was in Atalanta, for me he was a really good player, but he wasn't given a bit of chance because Gosens or Hartabor definitely
Mm,
plays the wide wing backs for for Atalanta, so he wasn't playing regularly. A very
mm,
good sign. I think Leicester recruitment team are very excellent. They know how to scout talent. Cengiz
mm,
Sunday also has been really good for them, and
mm.
I think Ayoze Perez and Talisman and Dennis Pratt, all of them are really good, talented players. But the
They have
problem
been.
is,
They have been.
yeah, but the problem with Leicester is that defensively, when their regular defensive pairing of Fayong Chu and Evans doesn't play, they don't know. They have been vulnerable at the back, and also Ndidi hasn't
Mm,
been when Indeed isn't playing. They don't have that good defensive midfielder. They sometimes they play Hamza Chaudhry or
mm.
Mendy, but they're not very consistent. Also, I think the main problem is that they also lack a good striker. Other than Vardy, I think Iheanacho is doesn't it's he's not good enough for a main striker. So yeah,
So,
But
so your prediction for United versus Leicester, it's at Old Trafford. I go for a draw, maybe a 2-2 draw. What about you, Emma?
yeah, I think I'll go for a safe bet, and it will be a good match. So I will go for a draw. Let's see who can counter attack each other.
Do you agree with Hassan's comment?
Yeah, definitely. In few departments, they really lack defense, especially in the defense and striker department. They really need someone who can handle that
It's I'm
responsibility.
I'm laughing because I just remembered it's going to be tough for Hassan between United and Leicester, but his heart is Thai blue. He's a Leicester fan all and out. He's
Let's see.
he's talking about Leicester squad depth. He's not talking about Bruno Fernandes or Manchester United. So
De- yeah,
now, Emma, I'm gonna. I think we're gonna move forward because there's a lot to talk about, and we obviously have time crunch. So the biggest game of Boxing Day, and it is going to be a boxing affair because the London Derby between Arsenal and Chelsea, and what's going to happen because Arteta is struggling, and Lampard after two defeats he got a good win against West Ham. So tell us about these two teams and what do you expect from the London Derby on Boxing Day?
well, it's I think it's going to be a very good affair. But I think you know what, Mohsin, the pressure will be on Chelsea. You know why? Because Lampard will know that Arteta is not performing well. So
Hmm.
he there's a pressure that he needs to win this match. If he gets a draw from it or he loses this match, I think
Hmm.
then it will really demoralize the squad and him as well. As for Arteta, yeah, I think his time at Arsenal might be up if he loses this match and he loses the next match, which is I think with Brighton and West Brom. If he
Hmm.
loses the two out of those three matches, I think he will be out. I think there will be a new manager will be coming. So yeah, I think
Who's going to come in? Because we speak about this since the last 4, 5, 6 weeks. Is he going to stay? Is he going to leave? Because I last week I'll admit it. I said no. He'll be there against Benfica in the Europa League. He'll still be the manager, but I do not expect Arsenal to go so down because they're not going to get relegated. I'll quash those
yeah,
rubbish rumors out because they're not that bad. But I don't know what's wrong. They're not looking like they want to win. Something is wrong with them. But you raise a very valid point. Pressure will be on Lampard and Chelsea that they're going to come against a team which is playing horrendously right now. And if you
yeah,
lose against them, then you're going to become all fingers will point at you that you should have won this game. So you
yeah.
raised a very good point. So Ahmed, how do you think Lampard and Arteta both individually will try to approach this game?
I think with Arteta, I think he might play his best 11 and just go for a draw. He might play defensively, and like
Mm,
you said in his quite press conference, that he likes to play that long ball, like few long balls in, and some of them might score. And
mm,
as for I think Lampard, I think he should play this game quite attackingly. He shouldn't play this defensively. He should attack, and he
mm,
should go with a very attacking team. I think he should play Giroud with Timo Werner. I think Timo Werner, even though he's not a bad player, he's assisting in quite some goals, but
mm,
he isn't finding that goal scoring touch. I think he
mm,
had a couple of chances at West Ham, but he just loved his chances. And
mm,
so yeah, I think Ziyech and I think Pulisic is playing good as well. Is playing the regularly. He's playing that regular winger which Chelsea needed. So I think a good and attacking performance from Lampard might give them a win in this match. But
mm,
other than that, I think he shouldn't play defensive. Definitely, he shouldn't go defensive for this match because he know
mm,
that if he plays a bit of attacking match, he can win this match. For me, I think he should play his regular starting 11 with
mm.
more focused on fast wingers and with don't play any inform. informed players for this match. If you wanna don't lose this match or draw this
Uh,
match.
I mean, you mean out of form players.
Yeah, yeah, out of
Perfect.
form players.
Ahmed, so
Sorry about.
quickly, have a question from this page. What about Salah's situation? We forgot to talk about this when we were talking about Liverpool versus Palace win. He told, I don't know if it was Egyptian media or one of his agents came out. His agent is quite a controversial figure in Egypt. That he wasn't happy by not being named the captain against Midtjylland, and when he was asked about Barcelona or La Liga rumors, he said we're not sure about the future. So how do you? What is your take on that?
Yeah, I think I think he was quite upset that he wasn't named captain for the against the Midtjylland team. I think Trent Alexander was given the captainship, and he was
Mm,
quite upset because he was quite a senior player. And
mm,
Trent Alexander, you know, he just came in 2 to 3 years ago, and I think so. Yeah, he gave the seniority over Trent Alexander to him. As for I think that Real Madrid and Barca rumor, I think every big player, you know, Mohsin, he like you they like to link it with between Real and Barca because how influential these clubs has been in the
mm,
Champions League and other and how many trophy they'll get and everything. And I think in one point or another, every good player has to go to Real and Barca to prove that he have played in these kind of gigantic clubs. And I think
mm,
here you have quite some chances of winning Ballon d'Or as well. But that I think that theory has been will be false this season as Lewandowski might be winning a Ballon d'Or and he's
mm.
played for Bayern Munich. So yeah, but I think if I think Liverpool might go for Mbappe, I think they might need to sell one of other Salah and Mane, and I think Salah is
They need to.
making it quite easier for them to make their decision.
Okay, so very well summed up. We're going to come to Bundesliga, Mbappe, Neymar, and Lewandowski right at the end after we've done with Premier League, La Liga, Serie A. So Ahmed, now quick predictions: Arsenal, Chelsea, Wolves versus Spurs, and Leeds versus Burnley. So first, Arsenal, Chelsea prediction, please.
I think I'll go for a Chelsea win because I think Lampard will go he won't be playing this match defensively. So yeah,
Hmm.
so I think I will go for a Chelsea win for this one.
And what about Wolves, Spurs?
I think I think with a kind of a form Spurs are, and I think Wolves will be playing attacking football. So
Hmm.
this one, I think I might go for a safe bet and a draw.
Okay, and Leeds versus Burnley because Burnley surprised Wolves in that last game, and Leeds lost to Manchester United. So you think Leeds can return back to winning ways at home against a
Yeah,
defensive
yeah,
side like Burnley? It's going to be
yeah.
another extreme competition, attack versus defense.
Yeah, I think Leeds are really good at home, so I might give them quite a bit of edge, even though Burnley just beat Wolves. But I think I'll give the edge to Leeds, and they might win this match.
Okay. So, Ahmed, now the last game of the Premier League we're going to talk about is Southampton versus Man City, and City came out with just a 1-0 win. And City next up, they play against Newcastle United, your favorite team. And who do I'm just checking on my screen. Who does Southampton play? Why can't I see this? Wait, I just need to scroll. Oh, they play against Fulham away. So tell us, I mean, what about Southampton? Do you think they're going to go down? I mean, not relegated, but they're going to move out of the top, because they're like an elephant on top of a tree.
Yeah, you don't know when they will go down. But yeah, they definitely they're playing really good football. I think under Hassan Hutel. Like I said, they have upset quite some good teams. I think
Mm,
in this match they came quite close, but I think with Manchester City, I think they're coming back to their good form. I
mm,
think defensively, we have seen a rejuvenated John Stones, and I
mm,
think Ruben Diaz. Both of them are performing very well. I think Ederson had a couple of saves in this match, but overall, I think De Bruyne and Sterling just caused the damage, and after that, I think it was a defensive masterclass from both the teams. Even though Southampton played quite good. They like I said, they didn't play bad, but I think the experience of Manchester City just too much for them to bear that. So a
Hmm.
regular good win for City.
Okay, so and I'm sure you won't be surprised in saying that City and Southampton will win the next upcoming game. I
Yeah,
mean, City against
definitely.
Newcastle away,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I think Newcastle have been struggling as well. So yeah, they drew the last match, even though they acquired some couple of chances against Fulham to score, even though they had a red card. Fulham had a red card, but Fulham
Mhm.
had quite some chances of winning this match. So yeah, I think quite good. Easily, I think City will win this match. And as for Southampton and Fulham, Fulham have been, I think, in last couple of 3 to 4 weeks, they started to play really good motion. Like
Yeah.
you expect them to lose, matches like against Liverpool, but they played again really good against Liverpool. So I would say that even though Saint will win this match, but not easily. I think it might be
O-
2-1 or a very close match, or even a draw as well.
Okay, so we have a Southampton fan in Pakistan saying that no, they will probably be pushing in for Europe. Is Europe a possibility this season
Yeah,
for Southampton?
for me, I think definitely is a possibility. I think them if they can recruit a if in January if they can recruit defensively a good
Hmm.
center backs or something, I think they might push for a Europa League spot for me because attacking wise they're playing really nice, and I
Hmm.
think the only problem is that defensively they can be a shambolic at times. But other than that, I think the goalkeeper. Alex McCarthy has been really good for them. Also, Ings is back, and also Shea Adams and Theo Walcott.
I think Ings is injured again.
Oh yeah, also I forgot. I think it's Shea Adams and Theo Walcott playing again. So
Armstrong is
Armstrong,
also Armstrong, so they're going to rely
yeah,
on the goals. And I see Southampton defeating Fulham, even though it's
yeah.
away at Craven Cottage, but Southampton for the win. So, guys, I think we should move south to Spain now from England, and let's hope for another very interesting, exciting game week 14. And Ahmed, I have my own controversial view because we're talking about La Liga now. Real Madrid, will they win the title? Or is it Atletico Madrid's title this time? Because I was a guest on a show yesterday, and over there the panel said that I said Real Madrid, but everyone else said that the panel said it's Atletico Madrid's title, and the Argentine Pulis will win La Liga.
I think it's Atletico Madrid to lose because they're playing really good football. For me, I think their attacking talent is really clicked this season. I think the addition of Luis Suarez and
Hmm.
also the good performances of Joao Felix and defensively they have been really good as well. I think other than Madrid Derby, I think they didn't have any bad games for me. Uh,
Hmm.
except I think they 4-0 loss against Bayern Munich. Other than
Hmm.
that, I think 2 to 3 games. Other than that, they had a really good game. They also beat Barcelona, which has been a bogey team for them. And
Hmm.
also, I think they're level on points with Real Madrid. With two, they haven't played two matches less. So if they can win those matches, they are 6 points ahead of Real Madrid. Real Madrid, I think they're still finding their consistency.
Hmm.
They were at one point I think told or they were at the point of getting an early exit from Champions League, but I think they
Hmm.
definitely just avoided that. And in the league as well, I think they lost couple of they lost against a very weak opponents, but I think they're starting to find their consistently, and a really good win against Ibar and against Atletico Madrid. Ibar, I think in this match, I think one man and one man only, Karim
Ivan.
Benzema. He
Ahmed,
was.
very well said because I hope you can see this on the screen. Ahmed, talk about this guy. I mean, we don't talk much about this guy. What he means to Real Madrid.
I think for now he's the Real Madrid attack for me. I think
Hmm.
if this guy gets injured for Real Madrid, I think their attack won't be scoring anything because Vinicius Junior and both Rodrigo, even though they play really well, but they it's difficult for them to score goals. They're a bit for me inconsistent. They're not bad players, but they're a bit consistent. Eden Hazard, I expected a lot from him, but his injury crisis is really getting worse, and I don't know why in Madrid. And Luka Jovic, I think he just made a bad career move to Madrid. I think
Mm.
he should have stayed in Frankfurt or moved to another club where he could have played really nice. But for Luka Jovic and Eden Hazard, I think very
It
bad
hasn't
luck
worked
for
out.
them. Hasn't worked
Hasn't
out.
hasn't worked out. And now Real Madrid, who are they playing? They play Elche in on. Oh, sorry, they play
Yeah,
Elche. I think. Yeah, they play
yeah,
Elche on Thursday. I think it's tonight.
yeah. I think they might easily win. They can easily win.
Oh,
So
sorry,
yeah,
it's next Thursday. Sorry, my bad.
yeah. I
Well,
think they're on.
La Liga clubs are clever. They're not playing on Boxing Day, but Premier League clubs are playing on Boxing Day.
But Premier League, they know how to keep their fans entertained. But yeah, other leagues, they know that their player need rest as well.
But Ahmed, I'm sorry, we're talking about La Liga, but there's an outbreak of this new mutated virus, the second strain or third strain of COVID,
Yeah,
which is deadlier than what we've seen before. So, there are rumors there's a meeting today in England. They're going to discuss if football and other activities might be halted for the festive season. And Spain is also under influence of heavy lockdown, as far as I've heard.
yeah. I think for England, I think we might not get to see Premier League until I think in the mid of January or at the end of January. And
Hmm.
so yeah, it's a very sad
So
news for all of us. Hope
that's all.
everyone.
That's how the football continues. And so Real Madrid plays Granada tonight. My bad for they play Elche next Wednesday.
Yeah,
And let me check. And Barcelona once again won against Valladolid, and Real Sociedad lost 2-0 to Atletico Madrid. Sociedad losing the way. I think they're doing what Everton or Southampton have done.
yeah. Definitely, I think Real Sociedad, even though they had a really young squad with experienced player, but I think they just couldn't continue that good form. As for Barcelona, I think they had a match against Valencia.
Yeah.
It was, I think, it was a match of two clubs which are in shambolic condition right now. But Messi started that match.
Hmm.
Started scoring with a penalty, but he scored from a rebound. And after that, I think no, no, sorry, I'm sorry. I think I'm mixing up. Musa scored in the first 30 minutes, and after that, I think Messi scored, and then Arjo, their center back scored, and after that, they just couldn't defend their lead, and I think Maxi Gomez just scored in the 69 minute, and it was a draw, which I think was for me. I think
Yeah, but this question, Sociedad out of contention. I never saw them as contenders. I think they were just, they're at the top. Yes, they might finish in the top four. They finished in the top six, I believe, last season, and
yeah.
they should finish in the top four this time at least.
Yeah, I think they are for me in the top four. I think the main test is against Manchester United, how they will perform against them. So
Hmm.
for me, that's gonna be a good match for them. I think league form, I think they've been struggling. I think last week they also, I think, drew or lost, and this week they also lost.
Hmm.
So yeah, to coming to Barcelona, I think they drew against Valencia, and yesterday I think they won again Real Valladolid. And Messi, Mohsin, he scored a penalty from a rebound, and he broke the Pele record for most goals for a single club, which is
Have you
quite a
seen
huge achievement.
what Pele's done on Twitter? I don't know if that was the official account.
No, no, I
Uh,
haven't seen it.
he's written he's a goal scorer holder of I don't know 1,200 something goals. He's even added the goals he scored at school or on the streets. If that's the case, and trust me, even I have at least 500 goals.
Well, I don't know if that stats can be added to that. But yeah, I think it was a brilliant performance, especially from Serginho Dest. He played really well at the right back position. So yeah, so a goal from Bradford, Longley and Messi, and it was a really good performance from Barcelona, and it was a very enjoyable performance after the lackluster performance against Valencia. It was like you can see that Barcelona fans were quite happy. Like I said, Serginho has played a really good match. And like he assisted the second goal and also was responsible for long leg goal.
Mm.
And Messi also, he was Pedri, Messi had really good games. So yeah, overall it was a if you were a Barca fan, it was a good match to enjoy.
But Ahmed, a Barca fan told me that Pedri is too young to be an Ansu Fati. They're so young and they have such heavy burdens on their shoulder to carry such a big club like Barcelona right now.
Well, definitely, I think with the kind of a talent they are, and if you're playing for Barcelona, there is always a heavy burden of playing for the shirt, because
Mm.
Barcelona and Real Madrid they have been amazing club from quite few decades, so it always will be a burden and honor for playing them, and if you don't play well, then people might consider you a failure or might not consider you a generational talent.
Wow, with the pressure's on, and Barcelona play Eibar, and Messi's been very good against Eibar. So I think Ahmed, we can rule out that Barcelona should win this game.
Definitely, I think there is a quite a running joke that Messi favorite opponent is Eibar because he always scores against them. So I think
Hmm.
definitely we will see an informed Messi against Eibar. Definitely.
Hopefully, and another game I want to talk about next week. Next week it's Sevilla versus Villarreal, and Unai Emery has done so well with Villarreal. Villarreal came out with a 1-1 draw against Athletic Club.
Yeah.
So Unai Emery at Villarreal, I mean, a bit of praise for him, for the guy.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's much more suitable for La Liga than I think in Premier League, because in Premier League I think he wasn't given much time. La Liga suits him because I think La Liga game pace isn't too bad, and I think he has good players in Villarreal. Villarreal, I think they had quite some couple of good players. I think Parejo, and I think Gerard Moreno is having a really good season. So yeah, definitely, I think he will be a top four contender for me, and we so definitely,
Wow.
yeah, it's a
So top
good
four in
match
the
for them.
it's going to be tough. We need to have a different detailed show on La Liga then. So now we're going to move to Italy now, and the biggest shock of not shock, but it was coming, but you did not expect Fiorentina to come in Turin and come out with a 3-0 win, and I believe someone from Juventus got a red card. I didn't see the game properly, although I was awake late night, but I was watching the Arsenal City League Cup game. So, Ahmed, what are your thoughts on this match?
Well, yeah, I
Juventus.
think it was a yesterday match, and definitely it was came as a shock because Florentina and Sassuolo they both are bogey teams for top four teams because they know how to upset. Even definitely AC Milan, Inter, and they
Mm,
have been a bogey team for them as well. So yesterday, I think Juventus was sucker punched in first 5 minutes when
mm,
I forgot his name. Velasovic, something like that. Sorry for my pronunciation. He scored in
okay.
5 minutes, and I think Juventus were in pressure. Then
It's
I think after
Vlahovic, Dusan
Vlahovic,
Vlahovic.
yeah, Vlahovic, I think is a really good player. I think because some clubs might be looking for him in that next transfer window.
Wow.
He scored, and after that, I think Cordado's red card just changed the
Mm,
game because he was he just he gave a very bad tackle, a very bad tackle to Castavilli. I think Skurdup's tackle, and I think it was given a yellow, but after a VAR discussion, he was given a red. and after that, I think Juventus were just defending their goal because I think Valencia came after attack and attack after that because yeah, they then scored through an own goal from I think Bonucci,
Hmm.
uh, and I think in third goal from Caceres, who was who was in Juventus as well. So
Former
overall,
Barca Juventus player,
yeah,
Uruguayan.
former Barca, Juventus player. Yeah, I think he has been to all the clubs right now. I think he's a
He's
journeyman in Syria.
pimping the Serie A. Dare I say it? I was trying to control my language, but need to have some bit of fun.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I think it was a brilliant performance, and it
But
was
but
the
he,
first.
but he's a good player. I'm sorry, I want to talk a bit about Caceres. I mean, Ahmed, he's a player I really liked. I don't know why he couldn't settle in. I think he used to play left back or right back or both, and also center back. But I'm a bit surprised he didn't settle in at one club and become a top player.
Yeah.
But I hope he does well at Fiorentina. Fiorentina at the time, I think Prandelli is again the coach of Fiorentina. He was also the Italian coach. So in 2000s, 2000 till 10, Fiorentina was a good top four team. I hope a top six team. I hope they recover back to their
Mm.
glory days they once had.
Mm.
Batistuta and Simeone playing for them in the 90s.
No,
So
no. Yeah, I think they have a really talented squad right now as well. Like Castrovilli, I think
yeah,
next player to get attention from the other teams, Castrovilli,
mm.
Vlahovic, like I said, and Frank Ribery, like I said, Frank Ribery, all of
Oh
them
yeah,
are really
Ribery.
brilliant. And
Oh yeah,
also, I
Ribery.
think Chiesa, I think he just came to Juventus. Yeah, he just couldn't do anything against his former club. So
He
yeah, yeah,
couldn't. He couldn't. And so big game tonight. After midnight. It's at 12:45 a.m. Pakistan time. So it's Thursday for us. So Ahmed, Milan versus Lazio. What a match! And if Milan wins, 9-point lead at the top of the Serie A table.
yeah, definitely. But as an Inter Milan fan, I hope Lazio can do us a favor. But
As as
uh,
as as a neutral, because I know you guys somehow find ways to screw up. Don't want Juventus to win again.
yeah, definitely. But I think Milan are in a good form. They just I think won against Sassuolo, who has been like I said, Mohsin, a bogey team for top five club.
Hmm.
So they beat them quite convincingly 2-1. But yeah,
Hmm.
I think Lazio has been they are up and down form. They have been inconsistent and consistent as well. So yeah, I think I'm expecting a Ciro Immobile masterclass tonight from Lazio,
Hmm.
and a good win from Lazio for Inter can leapfrog them in the next match.
Inter's going to play Verona. Verona is a famous city where
Oh
Shakespeare wrote Romeo and Juliet, in case you didn't
yeah,
know. So will it be a
yeah.
love affair of victory for Inter at Verona, or it's a tough place, Ahmed, Verona?
No, Hellas Verona Mosin are one of the surprise teams in this season of Serie A. I think they defeated quite some good clubs.
Mm,
So they defeated, I think, Lazio as well, and they also defeated, I think, Atalanta. So it's going to be a difficult test for us. But we are on a good form of wins. We have won six match consistently,
mm,
and I think we are on a nine run unbeaten run.
mm.
So yeah, I hope so. Even though we have a lackluster start, but I expect us to really win this match very narrowly or even
Mhm.
convincingly. Hope so.
Okay, so Ahmed, quickly, Bologna plays Atlanta, Napoli plays Torino, and Roma plays Cagliari. So how do you see these games going?
I think Roma versus Calgary. Roma, I think, just lost against Atalanta. It was a very good game. It
Mm,
was a match which Atlanta played again without Papu Gomez, and there's a rumor coming that he's available in January for 10 million euros. So any good clubs might look into him.
they
So yeah,
should.
but Atalanta, like I said, they didn't needed him as well because Ilicic and Zubata and I think Muriel just beat Roma down. Even though Roma has been really consistent in this season, I think Mkhitaryan and Pedro are playing really well. So I think against Calgary. I might go for a Roma win because attacking wise they are really good. As for I
Okay.
think Napoli versus Torino, Napoli they are also a bit inconsistent, but against I think
You should
Torino
win
they are
against Torino at home.
yet yeah definitely you expect for them to win, but like I said, you never know. Belotti might give them an early league, and Napoli, they are a bit inconsistent. They just lost against Inter. No, no, they lost against Inter last week. Not this week, last week.
I think it was
And
Milan. Was it Milan or was it Inter?
it was no, no. I think Inter won against Spezia, and before
Mhm.
that they had a match against Napoli, in which
They lost to
Inter.
Lazio. They lost to Lazio on Monday, 2-0.
Yeah. So yeah, I think. Napoli, they lost two in a row, so you never know what kind of a Napoli you're getting. So I think I might go for a draw.
Okay, so
And
you're playing it safe.
as for Atalanta, who's mostly Atalanta is
Bologna,
playing.
Bologna, Bologna.
Yeah, I think Atalanta win. Bologna, even though they're attacking wise, they're good with Orsolini and Palacio, but
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
Destro as well.
Lazio, the
Yeah.
Argentine pair up front, but I think Orsolini is a talent. Not, I don't know. He was supposed to be the next big thing of Argentine football, but Palacios is also very old, but he's
Hmm.
aging. I think Serie A is a place where old players somehow become
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, because gameplay is a bit much more suitable to slow pace. So yeah, I think, but
I think
Atalanta, I think,
I think I can still try for a Serie A club in my early 30s. I still have time.
oh,
One of
why
the
not?
big
Yeah, why not? Let's go for a trial as well.
Yeah, let's try to first lose this one big pack, and then let's build up some stamina. Okay,
Yeah,
so Ahmed,
sure.
I think we've had a lot of say good Serie A discussion, but and we want to talk about Bundesliga. But first, if I'm going to talk about Bundesliga, I'm going to start from this guy because finally we have a new face. I mean, someone. And Ahmed, talk tell us about this guy. What did he do something on the weekend or this week?
Definitely, Mohsin. He was the responsible for winning against Bayer Leverkusen, who I think have been second favorite after I think Leipzig to for a title challenger, and he beat them. I think he scored in the last 2 minutes of the match, and he scored a brace against them. So yeah,
Mm,
definitely, I think he this season, I think he's a definite winner because for me, I think there has been a quite a big debate where when Suarez was playing well, who
mm,
would you choose, Suarez or Lewandowski? But quite some people said that Suarez, when he was at his peak, he was an amazing player. But I
mm,
think Suarez problem with Suarez that his peak came really ended really quickly. Like
mhm,
last season, you've seen that Suarez wasn't performing very well for that, and
mm,
Lewandowski at the age of 31 and 32, he just scored 40 plus goals for Bayern Munich, and he was so definitely I think on a overall long run I think Lewandowski has been better for that. But a peak Suarez I think nothing better than a peak Suarez for me definitely. So but it's good to see a new face
It's
definitely
good.
because
He
both
deserved it. He deserved it. I think
yeah
Hansi Flick also deserved it, but somehow Jurgen Klopp got it. We love Klopp, but I think Flick deserved it more. But
yeah,
Lewandowski and Neuer were right to win their respective awards.
definitely, I think Hansi Flick would have deserved because he won trouble and also for one. I think DFP Polkau he also won and also won Super Cup. So definitely deserve that manager of the year. Even though Klopp just won a league for Liverpool after 30 years, but five trophies is greater than a one trophy for my logic. So yeah, I think he definitely won that. But there is no challenge motion when it comes to that who should be the next Ballon d'Or winner, but because
Mhm.
it will be Lewandowski, and both I think Messi and Ronaldo era of dominance. I think we will be. we will be seeing the end of it because I
It's
think
almost
both of
it's almost at the end. It saddens me, but that's a fact. Everything has to come to an end.
yeah, definitely. I think Luka Modric tried to mm, try to destroy their legacy, but I think
He
still
did.
Messi.
He was successful in 2018, so that's coming to an
Uh,
end. Samit, what is the latest on Bundesliga? What about Bayern, Leverkusen, and Dortmund?
well, Mohsin, like I said, that Bayern Munich had a match against Bayern Leverkusen, who has been performing really well in this season. I think they are the fourth team to challenge for the title. I think they have been inconsistent for the last few seasons, but I think, and they always get their talent stolen, like
Hmm.
Julian Brandt is leaving, and also the main Kai Havertz leaving. And I think after Kai Havertz leaving, I would have seen them going lower in the league, but with his loss, I think Leon Bailey
Hmm.
and Karim Bellarabi and their striking partner of Al, uh, Alvario, and he's there performing very well. So it was a good match. Like in the first half, I think Bayern Munich dominated,
Hmm.
but they scored a goal through Lewandowski. But in the second half, I think they uh, Bayern equalized and they were much more dominant. And it would be a draw match for Bayern Leverkusen, but I think in the last 2 minutes, like I said, Muller, who has been also in a very super form,
Hmm.
brilliant form, just assisted Lewandowski and won the match for them. So yeah, I think in going in the Christmas break, I think Bayern Munich are top right now. As for I think Borussia Dortmund, their bad season I think is getting started because they just lost their manager 2 weeks ago, and they had a new I think interim manager coming in. I think they
Hmm.
won against Werder Bremen last week, but this season this week they lost again Union
Union
Berlin.
Berlin, and you don't
Yeah,
expect that.
no, Julian Milan Mosin has been a bogey team. I think they played good against quite some good teams. They had quite some surprising results against good teams. So yeah, they might get a Europa sport as well, a European sport this
And
season.
and now Dortmund plays against Wolfsburg, and they're sitting at fifth, 13 games and 8 points behind Bayern. The league title is almost over for them.
I think yeah, because definitely they need a good coach. I think there has been rumors going that Marco Rose of Borussia Mönchengladbach might come to Borussia Dortmund next week. But I think my
Hmm.
personal choice, they should go for Jesse March from RB Salzburg because he knows how to play attacking football, and I think he's ready to go to a really good club, and I think Borussia Dortmund
It's
might suit him.
it's going to be tough test, but yes, he's done well at RB Salzburg, but that's the
Yeah.
Austrian league, and Salzburg has the financial muscles there. Also, news about Holland, being tempted to leave as early as January. Do you believe in that, or do you think he'll stay
No,
for
no.
more
I think he will.
internationally?
I think he will stay. I think he might leave. He will not leave right now. Not in this. Not if this winter is transfer. Not in the summer one. I think next year he might leave if the condition of Borussia Dortmund doesn't favor him or they didn't improve their position in the league table. Then he might leave because they have been. I think Jadon Sancho will be leaving in the next
He will.
summer.
He
He
will
will be
be.
definitely
I
leaving.
won't be surprised if he leaves.
He will be leaving. I think Borussia Dortmund might take that 100 million instead of 120 million. They will take 100 million and just say that you can go because I
Yeah, because
think
he's not scored this season so far.
yeah, I think he hasn't been performing too well. So yeah, I think definitely whenever Haaland isn't playing, Borussia Dortmund just don't perform. But congratulations to their new 16-year-old striker Yusuf.
Hmm.
Yusuf Mukondu, sorry for the pronunciation. He scored his first goal, but other than that, I think it was a very bad performance from Borussia Dortmund.
Okay, so well, a very nice show, Ahmed. Again, thank you for informing me about what is going on in Serie A, La Liga, and Premier League as well as Bundesliga. So
No worries.
congratulations to Robert Lewandowski, and hopefully, let's hope. I think we have okay. We have a question before right at the end. So where do you think Haaland will leave for? Ahmed, his agent is Raiola, and Raiola is a Dutch Italian. So do you see Haaland coming to Italy, Milan, Juventus, Manchester City is also interested?
I think Juventus might not pick Haaland because then he has to share time with Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, if Cristiano Ronaldo leaves, then I might see Haaland with Morata. But for now, I think the main two clubs he can join. I think it's gonna be Real or Manchester City. I don't
Wow,
see
yeah,
other.
good. I've heard about them. Okay, okay. So that's interesting. That's interesting. So Emma, thank you so much. Like I've said before, and guys, watch,
Like,
like, share, and subscribe
okay,
on Facebook, on YouTube, and we're also on Twitter, also on Instagram. And let me see. Thank you so much, Bomachima, for your
thank you so
comments. And
much, Chima.
thank you so much for the consistent amount of high views we've had. We'd appreciate it if you can ask questions. We don't mind, drifting apart from the structured show we have. We love to answer questions more than getting on with our own topic and content for the show because that makes us think as well. We learn so much from your questions, and when especially we love if you point out our correction, our mistakes, and tell us what you think and where do you think we're wrong. So Emma, thank you so much.
No
It's been
problem,
a
Mohsin.
wonderful show. Thank you so much. For coming out for taking out time. Sorry, for you just
No
came from
worry.
late night
Yeah,
in Melbourne, Australia, and you've just as soon as you
yeah,
came
no,
home,
no worries.
decided
So yeah, it's always been a
to
pleasure to discuss football, and like I said to all the fans, happy holidays, enjoy your holidays, and stay safe
happy happy
in this
holiday,
COVID.
guys, and happy holiday, guys, and stay safe. Yes, about COVID, and enjoy Qaid Azam Day for all Pakistanis. We have a long weekend coming up, so let's
Yeah.
just chill and enjoy the winters.
Okay, Mohan.
Okay,
Take care.
thank you, guys. Take
Goodbye.
care. Bye.